Everyone, this is Aruna A, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. So in this video, I'm going to detailedly explain about the transaction concept along with the live example. So what do you mean by transaction? Transaction is nothing but some communication can be taken place between the two persons. For example, if we are dealing with the bank accounts between the two users, some amount can be transmitted between the one account to the another account. So here there is a two operation can be taken place. One is the credit, another one is a debit. What do you mean by credit? Some amount can be added. So here what type of an arithmetic operation we are using? Addition. So what do you mean by debit? Debit is some amount can be deducted from your account. That is some amount is subtracted from your account. So here what type of an operation we are performing? Here we are applying this subtraction operation. So while doing the transaction concept, we are doing the two operation. One is addition, another one is subtraction. So in this cases, so both the operation must be taken place. Then only we can able to transmit amount from one account to the another account. So in this, when we can say it is a consistent means after credit debited from one account, after that only the credit process to be taken place. So without debit the amount, we can't able to credit the amount. So if any one process is lagging or any one process is not taking the action, then we can say it is an inconsistent data. So in detail, we're going to see it in my future videos. So in this cases, we're going to see how the bank account can be dealing between the two users. So for example, here there is a two person, one is Carol's, another one is a Roy. So I'm going to explain you about the how the amount 5,000 can be transmitted from Carol's account to Roy's account. So these are the various operation can be taken place while dealing with the bank account. So first we have to open the Carol's account, and also after opening the account, it will check the old balance. So after that, from the old balance, we have to debit the 5,000. So we have to subtract 5,000 from that particular account that will be stored with the new temporary variable that can be called it as a new balance. So after that, my temporary variable can be assigned to the permanent one in the ROM account. So in that thing, it can be transferred to the Carol's account. After that, the account can be closed. So by using this particular 5,000, so it is a debited amount. It can be in the intermediate stage. In the second stage, so in Roy's account, as well as the similar process, the account can be opened. So after opening the account, it will check the old balance. So whatever the amount debited from the another person account, now it can be credited over here. That is a plus 5,000. So it will be added to their own Roy's old balance that will be stored in the new balance. Now the new balance can be changed into yes, Roy's balance. Now the Roy balance can be closed. So this is a process taken place, a live process can be taken place between the amount transmission section. So how the amount can be moving from one person to the another person. So this is the live example. How we can write it down in our own language, how the transaction can be processed is we're going to see it in the next slide. So this is a transaction processing definition. That is the unit of process execution that is access and possibly update the various data items. So some transaction, nothing but this is a unit of programming execution. This is small operation. For example, this is one transaction. This is another transaction. This is another transaction. So this is a set of transaction. So this can be called it as a unit of programming execution. Some unit of task. Something can be taken place. We can call it as a transaction. So best example is we are transferring some amount from account A to account B. So how the programming we can able to write it now over here is, here we're going to use the two types of operation. One is a read operation, another one is a write operation. What do you mean by read? Just it will read the data. Write the thing is after performing some operation, your variable can be changed based on the operation that can be done by the write operation. So this will be both will be taken place while transmitting the amount between one account to the another account. For example, this is a first example. So how the operation can be applicable? First, we have to read the account A. That is opening the account A. That is similar to how we can read the account A. After reading the data, I have to debit 50 from their own account. So that is equal to A equal to A minus 50. After debiting the thing, it will write that particular data to their own account. So only we are using a write A. After completing these three transactions, we can go for the next person account. What is the next person account? B. So in the B also we have to read the B. Whatever the amount credited from A, that have to be added in the B's account. So that only we can say B equal to B plus 50. So now, for example, a B can 100 means now it will be 150. If it is 150, now it will be a 200. So that will be right to the B's account. So these are the read and write operation can be used while transacting the amount from one account to the another account. So majorly in your transaction operation, we are using the major operation is read operation and write operation. Along with the thing, we are going for some arithmetic operation, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division operations. So what are the major issues while going for the transaction concept? Means there is a two type of a thing. One is concurrent execution. What do you mean by concurrent execution? Means multiple transaction can be taken place at the same time. That can be called it as a concurrent execution, because in a bank account and all, not only a single person can access the data, multiple person can access the data at the same time, because the bank server is a single server. So at a time, n number of user can access the data. So only concurrent execution of the multiple transaction. So that can be major issues while going for a transaction concept. Second thing is the failure. So failure may occur at any time, either by using a hardware failure or a software failure or some system crashes and all. So we have to concentrate on, while doing the transaction concept, we have to concentration on these two things. If the failure arises, definitely we go for some recovery technique. As well as if we are going for a concurrent execution, it should not contain any interruption and it should not affect any failure. So these are the major two cases while considering the transaction processing. So that's all about the live example about the transaction and transaction concept. And then my next video, I'm going to explain about the asset properties, because the live data must support the asset property or must satisfy the asset property. That we're going to see it in our next video. Thank you.